Hi, this is Jordan Eberhardt. I'm the Engineering IT Services Coordinator at the College of Engineering and Mines. And we're standing outside of CEC Room 209, which is a good example of one of our computer lab classrooms. Again, this is just a standard teaching room with student computers so that the students can follow along with what the instructor is doing on their computer. They can follow along on their own workstation. Since this is a standard learning classroom, there's no safety concerns, there's no dangerous equipment to be aware of, no hazardous materials or chemicals of any sort that will be in this room. And we'll go ahead and come into the room and show you the layout. So as you can see, we have several rows of student computers. There's 32 computers in this room. And the teaching station is on this end of the room with projectors on both sides of the room. So whatever direction the students are facing, they'll be able to see what the instructor is doing on their teaching station. Two projectors. And then the camera for the instructor is mounted on that wall and can be controlled from the teaching station. We also have a U-print station in this classroom. So if students need to print any of their work, they can send their jobs to the U-print station and release them with their U-card at that station. We can come over to the instructor teaching station here. We have a tablet for writing if the instructor needs to write on any of their PowerPoints or any of their other notes. With a second monitor, we recently added a second monitor to all of the teaching stations so that instructors can better control their Zoom meetings and any online collaboration stuff. It's just easier to have a second monitor. We have the choice of a wireless microphone or just a podium-mounted microphone for the instructor, whichever the instructor would prefer to use. I can show you an example of, we have PDF Annotator installed on all of the classrooms so that instructors can write and students can follow along with their notes. Let's see. So all of our teaching stations and all of our student computers have our full engineering lab image on them. So tons of engineering software. It's not the standard UND software that comes in the classrooms. It's everything that an engineering professor might need, including Autodesk, MATLAB, or any of those. Everything in the classroom can be controlled from this touch panel here, including projector on and off. You can use or control individual projectors if you only want one or the other. You can do both. Camera control is here. You can zoom in or out however you want the students to see, and then you can control your inputs along the top. If you want to bring your own laptop, use the document camera right here or show a DVD. You can control media volume, mic volume, and everything else from there. We can show you one of the student stations here. It's a standard Dell computer that students can log in using their UND credentials. And actually, this lab and several of our lab classrooms have both Windows and Linux installed on them because the computer science students use a lot of Linux for their programming. The teaching station is Windows only. However, we have VirtualBox installed so that they can load up a Linux lab image so that they can do exactly what the students are doing on their Linux stations. That's an overview of the computer lab classroom in CEC room 209, and that concludes the tour.